Green flag is in the air. We're underway. And Craig Parker, he will take the early advantage off of turn number 2 with John Cornell in second, followed by Brad Williams in third. It's Bud Grossenbacher going to look to the top side of the racetrack, see if he can't work around the number 23 machine of Brad Williams. Cornell and Parker side by side before. Give the top spot to Parker, though. He'll lead him into turn number 1. They are side by side, though, for that third spot now with Bud Grossenbacher up to the top side of the racetrack, trying to work his way around the 23 of Brad Williams. He'll do that off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Give it to Grossenbacher. Williams moving back to fourth. So it looks like the top line seems to be the preferred line, as right now every driver trying to find a way to rip the high line here at Arizona Speedway. And it is Craig Parker right now showing the way by about 3 car lengths over John Cornell. Had a little bit of a wiggle off of turn number 2, able to get the car back underneath him though and not lose any ground as yellow flag will fly. A couple cars bunched up. Nate Warren spins around off of turn number 2. Paul Rios. And green flag is in the air once again here, and it looks like Bud Grossenbacher is going to beat John Cornell to the top side of the racetrack. We'll see if he can hang on to it up there as John Cornell now going to follow his tire track. Steve Stoltz trying to clear the number 23 of Brad Williams. Steve Stoltz looks like he had an opening between him and Brad Williams, but he's going to stick down to the bottom side of the racetrack and catfish through turns 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side, Schultz and Williams for that 4th spot as they work into turn number 1. Just ahead of them, Bud Grossenbacher had a little bit of a wiggle moment. John Cornell had to get on the binder. Steve Stoltz going to be the man on the outs as Brad Williams does clear him. Now Cornell going to drop the nose down low up underneath the 81B of Grossenbacher. Slides him up across the nose. John Cornell and Bud Grossenbacher. Tell you what, those two drivers saw the slide job show that RJ and Kyle Shipley put on each other, and they wanted to try it out for themselves. Getting it done here in the SWDRA Late Model Series. John Cornell takes over that 2nd spot. Now trying to reel in his teammate, Craig Parker, as they come across the stripe. Craig Parker with an 18.092, the fastest lap that time, with John Cornell second quick as the yellow flag will fly. The back green flag is in the air once again here with 20 laps to go. So we'll see if we can start getting laps clicked off here, as it definitely looks like it's going to work out for Cornell, who used the bottom side of the racetrack, went up the track. Bud Grossenbacher got into the back of him off of turn number 2, but that actually helped propel Cornell down the back straightaway. So that's going to bring up Brad Williams now down on the inside of Grossenbacher as they work into turn number 1. Williams down low in that number 23 machine, trying to clear the 81B of Grossenbacher. Can't quite do it. They're still side by side of a 2 down the back chute. Into turn number 3 they go, still side by side. That's the battle for third on the racetrack. It's Grossenbacher up top, Brad Williams down low. Williams trying to find whatever bit of grip he can down on the inside of the racetrack. He is holding tough, but Grossenbacher going to clear him off at turn number 2 as Paul Rios will take his car off the racetrack. His night is done. So Craig Parker right now, your race leader, leading his teammate, his good friend John Cornell off of turn number 2. About 3 car lengths separate those two drivers as Craig Parker throws the rooster tail up off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As he comes through turns 3 and 4, still has a 5 car length advantage, another 8 back to Cornell to Grossenbacher. And then Grossenbacher has Brad Williams all over him. Is Grossenbacher actually going to slow down off of turn number 2? Well, yellow flag will fly. But Craig Parker will lead him to green. Once again here with 16 laps to go as they cross the stripe. John Cornell going to try to bring it side by side for a brief moment, but Willie Parker as Brad Williams now works around the outside of Cornell. Brad Williams, I told you, look out for this number 23 earlier on in his heat race. Looked very racy, and here he is side by side with your points leader and going to take away the 2nd spot off of turn 4. Cornell, though, fighting right back down on the inside. Brad Williams, though, not having any of it. He's going to lead him off of turn number 2 as Craig Parker once again throws up those rooster tails down the back straightaway. Here comes John Cornell down to the inside, trying to find the grip. Can't quite complete the move over the 23 machine of Williams. And as all this goes on, you got Steve Stoltz up to that 5th spot, and Brian Schultz just threw a slider at Bruce Duckett for the 5th position. Duckett and Schultz with a little contact as James Lang off the pace down the back straightaway, see if he can get his car off the racetrack. Right now, very slow through turns 3 and 4. We have not thrown a yellow yet as his car continues to... Well, now the yellow flag does come out. Looks like he might have been able to make it. Green flag's in the air. We're back underway with 13 laps to go in tonight's 25-lap main event. So just right now, flirting around the halfway point. It's still going to be Craig Parker showing the way off of turn number 2 as Brad Williams once again gets a good run off of turn number 2. He's going to pull up side by side with Cornell. It's going to be Cornell and Williams side by side off of turn number 4. As they continue their side by side battle down the front straightaway, across this flag stand into turn number 1. Cornell will clear Williams, but Williams fighting back on the high side. Contact made midway down the backstretch. Williams once again side by side with Cornell. And again, contact made as Cornell tried to slide Brad Williams. You see the damage there on the backside of Cornell's number 28 and the nose piece of Brad Williams. As Williams gets a strong run off of turn number 2. This time, though, Cornell able to slam the door on the 23 machine of Williams. And as those two were monkeying around back there for that second spot, Craig Parker, the man out front, has got to be loving that as he sees those cars get smaller and smaller in his rearview mirror. He's into turn number 3. The rest of the field halfway through turns, or halfway down the back straightaway. This last lap, Craig Parker starting to put it on, and right now John Cornell might be driving a little bit angrily. Craig Parker with a 17.949. John Cornell, 17.966. Those are the fastest 2 cars on the racetrack as they work off of turn number 4 with just 8 laps to go. So Cornell has almost a straightaway advantage over, or Parker, that is, has almost a straightaway advantage over John Cornell as they work off of turn number 4. It's going to be Parker, and then Cornell, Williams, your top 3. In 4th is Brian Schultz, Steve Stoltz, he's 5th, Bruce Duckett 6th, with Nate Warren in 7th, 8th Kelly Johnson. Has 1 car around, that is the man running 3rd, Brad Williams. He spins around in turn number 2. So Brad Williams brings out the yellow flag here with just 7 laps to go. As the green flag flies, Steve Stoltz, or Brian Schultz that is, in the L8. He's now a player in this game. On the outside is John Cornell as they race off of turn number 2. It will be Cornell and Schultz duking out for that second spot. Once again, Cornell down the inside. Brian Schultz up to the top side. Off at turn number 4. Parker's still your leader with Cornell in 2nd, Schultz in 3rd, and they've pulled away from Bruce Duckett and the rest of the field. And the rest of the field does include Nate Warren right now, that number 8 machine, after being involved in the first yellow flag and spinning out by himself. He is back up inside the top 5, so Nate Warren with a good rebound here, that number 8 car. It's Craig Parker pulling away from the 28 machine of Cornell. Then it's going to be Schultz in the 3rd spot, but the battle's starting to heat up now for 4th as Duckett has it, but here comes Nate Warren, the number 8. He wants it. Nate Warren trying to work his way around around the number 22B of Bruce Duckett as they go into turn number 3. Top 3 drivers are single filed out. Going into turn number 1, but the battle is on for that 4th spot as Bruce Duckett now finally able to put some distance between himself and the 8 machine of Nate Warren. That's going to allow Brad Williams and Steve Stoltz start working over that number 8 machine to see who can finish this race inside the top 5. As Craig Parker comes off of turn number 2, he is your race leader by about 4 car lengths now over John Cornell. Cornell, that last time by, ran a 17.924 to the 18.037 of Parker. This last time by, 18.176 for Parker. Cornell, fastest car on the racetrack, 17.923. But just a lap and a half to go as they enter turn number 3. Off of 4, white flag will be in the air this time. Can John Cornell cowboy up, get around his good buddy in the 48, Craig Parker. Craig Parker looking to make it 2 in a row here at Arizona Speedway. He'll lead Cornell off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway once final time. Through turns 3 and 4, Craig Parker going to double up here at Arizona Speedway, getting back-to-back wins. And winning East Valley Tire Night, the SWDRA late model main event brought to you by Sport Truck RV. Craig Parker getting unstrapped. He will climb out of the race car to the roar of his sisters and family over there. Craig Parker back-to-back wins here at Arizona Speedway, beating John Cornell. It's Jason Babiak. race series director over there, giving him the Hoosier hardware. Man, hey, back-to-back trips here in Santan Ford Victory Lanes. Got to feel good, my man.
Yeah, the track was almost really good there. I don't know what happened. Like, it was just getting to where you were going to have to knock the fence down, and it rubbered up. But man, it was really close to being a really fun track. But it was still a good track, good night, and hope the fans enjoyed it. And thanks to everybody for coming out.
Yeah, it looked like a fun race from our viewpoint up there. Of course, getting down to the nitty-gritty here in the season standings, John Cornell finished second behind you tonight, so able to get a few points, but it's not as many as you hoped for.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I won 3 races last year. My goal was to win 4. I did that tonight, and so that's my season goals, and they're accomplished. I don't really care too much about the points.
All right, so we'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Getting ready to just let it rip out here at Arizona Speedway for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank, too, my wife, my mom, my dad, my brother for all the help, and then MDM Accounting, Klein Engines, ATEC Engineering, my mom and dad again, and Larry. Larry helps out a lot, and who gave us extra money tonight? And then East Valley Tire for sponsoring this race. I'd like to thank them as well.
All right, there he is. Craig Parker, back-to-back main event wins here at Arizona Speedway.